Good afternoon, fellow meanderers. Here we are again, just on our afternoon walk right now. And you'll notice that we're actually quite deep into the fields than we normally would be before having him off lead. Reason being, leave the berries. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come yay, good boy. Come yay. Moss, stop eating the berries. Oh, leave it. Come on. Come on. So yeah, basically, reason why we've still got him on lead right now is because I want to do a bit of training with him today, both continuing with the slip lead. So basically, it's it's enforced on the grass as well as the pavement. What I didn't realise until I started studying dogs more and more is actually they translate a lot of information through their feet. It communicates in a certain way. So for instance, when you're training your dog for potty training in the puppy stages, if they go to wee or whatever, you want to sort of put them on the grass, get them used to it. My paws are on the grass, I can wee. Fair game, let's go. But you tend to find sometimes you have issues where like they will only go on lino, only go on flagstone floors. So you've almost got to counter condition that later on. And this is precisely what we're doing now, but not in the puppy training sense. Potty training sense. With lead training, but proving that you can be on the lead, you can have a really, really nice time whilst being on these surfaces. So we're not actually going to have him off lead at all today on this one. He's had his privileges reinstated, as you've probably seen, but we need to remind him that his freedoms are restricted. Now, another thing I brought out with me today, not sure how much I'm going to use it, is this little bad boy. This is a clicker. So this is what we use to mark good behaviours rather than a yes, and maybe rather than a treat. So Moss, eyes, good boy, sit, yes, good boy. And what we're going to do now, Moss, we're just going to lay, good boy. Now I'm just going to place that line on the floor. You're in down stay right now. I'll tell you what, I'll just put my foot on there just in case, because he isn't pulling on that at all. But we got the trusty old long line with us. So we're just going to quickly set that up, and we're going to take him on a 5 metre only lead walk. And again, another reason why I reintroduced the line is so, one, he gets used to it for one, but also this will reinforce the levels of which he's allowed to go without us. So I really want my dog, especially when he's off lead, no more than 10 metres really. And this is 5. And if I can train him to 5, I can train him to 10 eventually. I will have to get another long line. That's a good boy, Moss. Right, so you've given me the opportunity now to grab your collar. Where's that D-ring? There it is. Right, we are clipped on. Okay, good boy, Moss. And now we're going to take this off. Nice and calm, good boy. Good boy. Right, so buddy, we're going to do some clicker training and a bit of recall on the long one today, mates. And sorry about the faff of setup, this is just part and parcel of long line life. So, let's keep on the shorty for now. Moss, come with me. Come yay. What's this? Let's get a little treat ready. Start getting him G'd up for this walk. What's this, Moss? Good boy. Good boy, I'm trying to feed him the clicker. You don't want the clicker, they're not tasty. You just want this noise. You just want me to press that button. Moss, touch. Good boy. Let's go. Come on, yay. So yeah, this is just another day at the office really, another training day. And again, you know, he's just stood next to me. Like the bond that we've managed to carve back out in adolescence has actually been better than ever. Moss, touch. Good boy. So I'm not even going to mark it with the yes now, I'm just going to mark it with the clicker for the time being. And what will end up happening is it'll work for the clicker. So I'm sure a lot of dog owners, like myself, have this ongoing issue where you've done treat-based training, and treats are a great motivator, especially in their earlier stages. Let me just quickly put this microphone on. I just realised I haven't turned it on, and hopefully I'll be a lot clearer now. But yeah, so we're just trying to get him back on keel, and I don't want to be treating him all the time. Good boy. So I've literally showed him my hand, then you can't see that off camera. Yeah, just trying to slowly phase out the treats, because ultimately I want a dog, when I don't have a treat in my pocket, to do what I say. Must touch. Good boy, yes. Come on, heel. Heel. Good boy, come with me, heel. Good boy. And obviously I am going to treat him along the way. I'm not that harsh. Can't phase him out altogether in one foul swoop. I'm going too far, Moss. There we go, stick with me. And also as well, it gives me opportunity to do a little bit of whistle training as well. We've got a Labrador Retriever or similar. Might even be an Alsatian actually at a glance in the distance. But yeah, we're just going to see. Yeah, it is an Alsatian. I'm pretty sure that's an Alsatian. Oh, what a beautiful boy. Moss Blythe. Yes. Good boy. To be fair, I might do the verbal cue and the clicker. Why the hell not? So what I'm actually going to do, because I think what's going to happen, is we are going to encounter said Alsatian right on the entrance here. So we're going to bring in the long line, get the control. Moss Blythe, come. He's even come into the clicker now. Yes, good boy, Moss. Yeah, I just want to get him as well trained as humanly possible for his safety, my safety, and also personal enjoyment for the pair of us when we're doing these walks. So I've got him in nice and short now, on probably what you'd class as a standard flat lead at this point, about a metre, 1.2, something along those lines. The only thing I can't do now, compared to slip lead, I can't communicate in the same way down the lead, but there are methods. We don't want to be choking, we don't want to be yanking. Like there are pops, minor pops, which basically give you that correction down the lead without actually having to discuss. So yeah, we've got this Alsatian here, so they're on lead. Moss. There's going to be some distraction on here. Here he is. Moss, eyes. Yes, good boy. Afternoon. Go on, buddy. Oh, yeah, he's a big boy. Come on, you. Nothing to be frightened of. Afternoon, mate. You right? Got yourself a big paperweight there. Oh, definitely. He's lovely. Have a good walk. Thanks. Moss. Oh, what a lovely dog. Real plodder. He's well trained. Moss, touch. Moss. Eyes. Yes. Good boy. So yeah, we can unravel the lead a bit now. This way, Moss. Can't be just running up. Moss, touch. Good boy. Come on then. Come on, touch. Go. Come on, me. Good boy. Come on. And again, in situations like that, I would have had to just stick the lead on, have the faff, because there's pros and cons of having a long line. It is a bit of a faff. Oh, Moss, come on, touch. Oh, stop rubbing yourself in poo. Touch, come on. Sit. Yes, good boy. Let's go. Heel. Thank you. Shift on, buddy. Let's go. Good boy. I'm going to let him go out on his own accord. So we're going to teach him a little bit of shift. Have I not come out with enough treats? Nah. It's all about phasing them out. But for certain exercises, we do need to be doing these things, right? Right, let's test him on stop here. What's Blythe? Wait. Wait. Yes. Shift on. Good boy. And yeah, like I was saying before I started yammering away, yeah, we're basically, this is the treat now, or going to be the treat, with a little clicker. And you can do lots of cool things with a clicker in terms of their training. It allows you to mark it with I guess a non-binary sound, as it were. You know, it's not a voice, it's not about tone, it is consistent, and it allows you to communicate good things that the dog's doing without even having to open your gob. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through this gate here, and we're just going to loop back round into the fields. I'm not going back onto the road anytime soon. Still quite early on into the walk, but basically just a bit of a walk-in, talking, bit of training. That's sort of what we're after today. All right, Skinny, stop showing off. But what a beautiful evening it's turning out to be. Absolutely adore this time of year at times. Even though it's been a little bit wet and horrible, it's been all right, you know. Like, actually been really, really, this is a problem with a long line, look, stuck on the bloody gate. So just untangle that quick. Christ almighty, I'm gonna have to just open the gate, aren't I? What a faff. And again, oh, there you go, it's on that bit of foliage. There we go, loads of stinging nettles in my bloody line now. Where was I? Clickers. So yeah, we're gonna have this, you know, non-biased tool. There's no tone, it's just good. You've done a good job. Moss Blythe. Good boy. Another thing I learned recently, oh, good boy. Yes. Another thing I learned from, there's a YouTube channel, I think it's American Standard Canine, I want to say. Guy called Garrett runs that particular channel. American dude, ex-police dog handler. He knows his stuff. Yeah, and one thing that he was saying in a recent video that I was watching was don't do the, oh, come here, darling, come here. It's like, come. You say it with the authority that you would basically say it when you're out and about. Because when your dog's running off, bounding into the distance, you're not gonna be going, oh, Poppet, come. You'll be like, Poppet, come. So actually, what we'll do is train that assertive tone if you're gonna do it. But this is where the clicker comes in handy. You don't always need it. Same with a whistle. Let's see if we can do a bit of whistle train. Good boy. Moss. Leggen. Yes. Good boy. I know, I appreciate I'm still doing the verbal cue or marker as well as this. Just so there's an association, but before I even gave a verbal cue when I was training them initially was with this bad boy. And clickers are kind of, I wouldn't say they're a new thing, but they're not as well known as others. Boss, come. It's your mark. Yes. Good boy. Oh, I need to stop saying yes. Yeah, when I initially trained him, it was on the clicker. Moss Blythe. Come. And yeah, what I don't want to do as well is over click. It's one thing you can do. It's a little bit like when you overly verbalize something. it ends up just meaning absolutely naff all to the dog, becomes diluted, when actually sometimes we just need to apply a little bit of patience for them to return. Moss, this way, bud. This way, come yay. Oh, God, my whistle's awful. Good boy. This way. Heel. Good boy. And he's right in the heel position for me now. Now he's just going to let him wander off a little bit. But yeah, I think there's so many tools and so much research out there now. There is bound to be a training method out there for your dog. Now, I've personally been studying the subject for a decent amount of time, in all fairness. There's been a lot of recent courses which opened my eyes a lot. I was doing a hell of a lot of pretty much positive only training, which I think, you know, 99% of dogs, pets, you're going to get the results. However, I think being a balanced trainer and knowing some of the traditional methods really, really helps, but you need to understand the psychology of what's going on. With something like a slip lead, for instance, I know that I can communicate with a dog well on one of those, get him to walk a bit better, especially with working breeds. I probably wouldn't put a Pekingese on a slip, for instance, but for high prey drive dogs, like your terriers, your retrievers, you got to be doing, you know, everything you can. I've seen a lot of retrievers with the figure of 8 Holty type slip leads over their nose. They always look a bit dejected. But again, it's down to the handler, how you're communicating down the lead. And if you're just pulling them around and making it uncomfortable because they're not doing what you say, maybe think about what you're saying and what you're actually asking the dog to do. Because half the time when they're disobeying you, because they just don't understand. One thing that you can make them bloody well understand is one of these and one of these. They are non-tonal tools. Yes, good boy. And obviously they have a tone, they have a resonance, but I mean like in terms of tone of voice. So yeah, I want to basically utilize all of the methods I possibly can to get a very, very well balanced and strongly driven dog. Come on, Moss. Good boy. Good boy. You know, just everything from non-verbal to verbal communication, sign language. I utilize different languages as well, but that's neither here or there. That's not for everybody. But I would say if you are bilingual or a polyglot, you can speak multiple languages, give it a go. It might get you out of trouble that one time. And I tend to find any sort of new trick or obedience I teach the dog, I reckon it depends on the drive of the breed, but anything between 5 minutes for simple tasks all the way up to half an hour, you get a very, very rounded training session out of them. Moss Blythe. Good boy. Yes. But yeah, I'll do a mixture. I'm so accustomed to saying yes now, but that's fine. Still marking him. But I'm liking that my Blythe or my stay is actually resulting in a stop and coming back to me when I need. Now, this is testing it in like the test bed, the environment. It's pretty low distraction at the moment. There's no other dogs or anything like that. But we need to start somewhere, right? Firstly in the back garden, your living room, your back garden, and then build and build and build. Boss Blythe. Yes, that's what I want from you, mate. Good boy. See, like he stopped then, and it then took him a little bit of time to come back, but he ultimately did the task at hand, which is what I'm always aiming for. So like sometimes it's not the speed of which it's done, it's the fact that it is done. And sometimes, you know, just a deep breath, count a couple of seconds, and away you go. Touch. Sit. Eyes. Good boy. So good boy is more praise. That's not the marker. Yes is the marker. Shift on. Good boy. But I've seen gun dog trainers. I'm not a gun dog trainer. I work with ex-gun dogs. But you know, these little whistles are great, and certain dogs you can like teach them different variances or sequences, speed of pips, slowness of pips, to get them to do different things. I've seen it when people give them like a triple pip or whatever, and it sends them out. 1 pip stops them, 2 pips gets them back. So I think it's a great way to communicate with your dog. Only issue I would say, I think, if memory serves correct, is this a 205 resonance? It's a 210.5 pitch. So if you've got other owners with dogs trained on whistles, you know, you may stumble across the odd issue, perhaps. Yeah, I tend to find that not many people use them. Mus, go. Yes. I've done a double marker there. Hopefully I didn't confuse him. Come on, Mus, let's go. So he's sort of looking at me like, why are we going this way, Dad? Come here. What's this? That worked. Yes, good boy. And it does feel a little bit of a faff holding a clicker at the same time, but you know, I'm all for it. If it gets me that, like I said at the beginning of the walk, it gets me the ability to stop the treats. Touch. Good boy, let's go. He's just training now for fun. He's waiting, asking to be recalled. Let's go, shift on. Moss, shift on. Find it. Good boy. Let's go. Good boy, Moss. So yeah, you know, like this walk in particular, it's been great because he hasn't left the zone. People are like, oh, Adam, you've got him on the lead. Of course he's not going anywhere. This lead has not been tight once. Not once have I had to pull him, well, maybe once I've had to pull him back. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, I have barely had to correct him. He knows where the line's at. He knows where the spherical magnetism or the elastic band effect is. And what we don't want to happen is the elastic band snap and we lose that control. And basically this is a tangible elastic band in the metaphorical, when we're talking metaphorically, without one. It gives us that ability, but I'm not rushing ahead. Like, I'm just slowly pulling the line. Bus. Bus. Come here. Good boy. And also as well, one thing to bear in mind is body language, body shape, and how you use your hands with your dog. As weird as that sounds, so I'll have like certain commands like that: sit, pop down, lay, leave it. Putting up, so like pull your head up, look at me. So there's loads and loads of different things you can do. And then like when I want to touch, I hold my hand out in front. It's one of his recalls. Oh, he's having a lovely old time. But yeah, I really enjoy these walks. I tend to find that the morning walk is get him out, burn off some energy. He's just had his breakfast kind of thing. And, you know, he just needs to burn that off, basically. Let him off lead, have some fun, play with, like, you know, the other dog in the house. Great. Whilst the afternoon walks now, I'm actually utilising more for, again, I'm walking him, I'm not training him right now, but I will just pop in and out of training, focus on what we're doing, because main reason being, and a lot of people think that this doesn't really work. It's an old-fashioned thing, and this is what I was talking about, old-fashioned training methods. Train your dog when he's hungry. So his dinner time is in, well, it's usually about an hour's time for when we get back from the walk, or half an hour. So he's got time to sort of like relax, then get fed. Moss, blijf, kom jij? Good boy. And what you'll find is when you have a hungry dog, they'll come for food. But this is why we phase the food out. Make a toy, which I've actually got one on me at the moment. I haven't utilised it once. But you know, I thoroughly believe that if you have a hungry dog, you'll get a better train out of them, basically. And that food association of reward and I've done a good job, it hits a bit different. If you haven't eaten for hours on end, how good is it to take that first bite of your dinner in the evening? So, you know, this is kind of almost like a preliminary dinner. I've got like a mixture of treats, it's kibble, and other little goodies of different like sort of hierarchical status in the food chain. And yeah, just sort of work it all out, basically. Oh, nice check-in, Moss, love that. Moss, blijf. Yes. Oh no, I'm running out of time. I've had the clicker though. Moss, lay. Yes. So I'm obviously just about to come up to this thing. So I'm gonna quickly rev up the line. Hang on, Mossy. Come here, come. Touch. Yes, good boy. So yeah, my touch is also really cool. So basically what he does, he comes to my hand, little boop of the nose. That means he's come to where he needs to be. And again, sometimes I was finding with his other recalls, Moss, just turn and face please. What's this? What's this? Let's see if I can get the lead back. Moss, touch. Yes, good boy. What was I saying? I lost the bloody train of thought now. Oh yeah, so basically with his other recalls, I was finding that if I would sometimes say heel, he wouldn't necessarily come into the heel position, he'll come to the heel and burst through. It isn't like, I kind of want his training to look like, what sort of analogy can I give? Okay, so basically if you're driving, come on Moss, come on. If you're driving, you've got a stop sign. So I don't want you blazing through a stop sign. I want you to stop, show me you've done the obedience, and then you may go once you pump the brakes. So that's what the touch is allowing me, that touch of the brakes. He comes to the hand, which is what it's all about. So we've got a few dog walkers in. Oh yeah, I've got a fair few dog walkers. Moss, this is a good opportunity for training. We've got 2 dog walkers with many dogs. One with 4, one with 3. Slightly reactive one over there. Oh, Moss. We'll take a slow trot because he's picked us up. Let's try and give those other walkers some space. Again, I'm all about socialising, but this is socialising right now. You can see those dogs ahead. And then he's sort of lost interest now, you see? Eyes, yes. Good boy, Moss. Oh, sort that out, there we go. Come on in. Yeah, now he's socialising with those dogs over there. Socialising does not mean you've got to come into contact in the physical sense. Something I've learnt more as I've owned a dog. But obviously you need them to socialise with certain dogs. It's a shame actually, before I put the camera on, we saw Remy the boxer, the bouncy boxer. He's a lovely boy. Oh, Moss really likes him. I find with Moss in general, he just likes the big ones. So all these Goldens trot along. How long has it been? Oh, bloody, that's 30 minutes already. What? It's actually quite an intense session, really. But what I'd recommend is not training your dog for too long. So this is why this is kind of like a hybrid training session. It's part of his walk. So it's like we dip in and out, a few minutes here, a few minutes there. And that's enough. But sometimes those ones in your garden, you could do 10, 15 minutes of just pure intensity. And you can get them quite tired quite quick. Come on, Moss, let's go. Good boy. So this is what I was saying with the flat lines. You know, you don't have as much control, but when you've got control of your dog, you don't need to be pulling on your lead. With the slip lead, you get the ability to give them a little reminder of like, hang on, come on, we're going that way. But I've actually found when I then stick him on a flat line now, he almost behaves like he has a slip lead on, because I'm having to put in the tiniest, most minute of inputs for him to recognise what's up, basically. So we're talking about slip leads. Yeah, it's there. And yeah, before you hit unsubscribe because, oh, he's using a slip lead, just think about the handler, experience, and how the dog's performing. So if I was there yanking him around, making him have a bad time, I'd get it, right? But yeah, more to talk about unsubscribing or disliking. If you can always go away from this channel. There are so many available that are brilliant. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Mossy, come on. And whilst we're waiting for him to disengage from these dogs, we're gonna do some housekeeping. Please like, subscribe, tap that bell. Hate doing it. I really hate doing it, but it really, really helps the channel grow. And I really appreciate some of the recent subscriptions. We hit a bit of a stagnant spot, I guess. Found this plateau or this stasis of the channel where, you know, people weren't subscribing, and I was like, oh, what's going on? It's just to do with how the algorithm pumps out your stuff. Muss! Muss! Come! Yes, good boy, jumping for that. Come on, boy. Yeah, and then you basically just end up in this bit of stasis, and like, goodness, I'm putting in all this time and effort. Obviously, I say that loosely. I'm going on my walks regardless. I've got the camera rolling. But there is time and effort with the editing, the limited amount of editing that I do. It's usually stitching videos together. But then, you know, you're sort of cutting things up into shorts, which I've been a bit lazy with recently, same with the TikToks. But you know, there was just, I don't know, it felt like the channel just began to lack momentum. I can feel we're starting to grip in again, which is awesome, because, you know, I feel there's a lot of information on this channel which could be really useful to fellow pet owners, from types of walks we do, the training that we involve every time we're out on a walk, as little as it is. Every day is a training day, guys. There's always something to teach your dog. Don't get up to a point, I made the mistake to a degree as well. Don't get up to the point, Blythe, Blythe, Moss, touch. Yes. So I made the mistake. I was like, oh God, he's got so bloody good. Can have him off lead when I want. He does what I tell him to, blah, 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 blah. Then adolescence hit, stopped listening, didn't he? But also as well, some of that was to do with my lack of consistency as a dog owner. I got complacent. So by proxy, my dog gets complacent, doesn't he? Which, you know, we don't want. Muss, touch. Yes, good boy. So yeah, this is one thing we need to bear in mind as owners, is that, yeah, we sometimes make mistakes, we sometimes lose our consistency, life gets in the way, just, it is what it is, I understand. Right, Moss, come here. Zit. Good boy. So now going back onto the shorter line, thank goodness for that. So what we do with a slip lead, we make it into a P, and then we just pop it over the heads. And what we do, if you can, hopefully we can see this on camera, I'm not really aiming, but we stick it right just behind their ears. So you're not actually on the neck or the trachea as much. So you've got control, look, it's just popping out on top of his head. So anyways, this now gives me the opportunity. Moss leggen. Good boy. So I can actually, you know, I've got him well trained, I can just drop the leads. And then we're going to pick this up. Right, boss, come to me. Come. Sit. Good boy. And now we've got you off on one lead and then we've got you onto another in terms of sitting on it. So now this gives me the opportunity to grab this lead, ravel it up. And you're going to find this as owners, guys, that this is, Moss, let's come over to the side for me. This way, please. This way, tiny little input, see, it just spins him round. So it gives me the opportunity to bring this line in. And this is just a faff, but isn't it worth it, eh? It's well worth it. Right, this line is soaking, so I'm just going to carry this and keep this like so. But anyways, guys, look, you know, talking different techniques, clickers, whistles. I hope some of that was informative for you, gives you ideas for training your own dog. But until next time, guys, keep on meandering, stay positive, and much love.